Greetings. Welcome back. All right, so Saturday we have an early morning game. So again, making the preview video tonight to post in the morning. And I won't need to do that for Sunday because Sunday, we get that extra hour with the clocks going back. Don't forget, like anybody needs to manually put clock. Do you need to manually put a clock back anymore? But yeah, so and then there's no matinee games on Sunday. So big thumbs up for me. That'll means that even though Saturday is going to be crazy, Sunday will be relatively chill because Saturday's going to be ridiculous. A lot of hockey going on at the same time. I will follow what I can when I can. At 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, the first game of the day will be the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Ottawa Senators. So Ottawa at home, they've got to turn this around, right? It already feels like, even though it's early, this could get away from them. And for Tampa, coming out of that tough loss against the Toronto Maple Leafs, they need to bounce back. So the 5-3-2 record for Tampa is good, not great. The 3-6-1 record for Ottawa needs to get better. This is the first of 4 meetings between these expansion brethren. December 11th, December 16th, and March 1st are the other 3 dates when these teams that came in together will meet again. Then we go forward 4 hours at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. The big one, Carolina and Florida, starts up. Carolina's 9-0, Florida's 9-0-1. This is the first of 3 meetings between these teams. They will meet again December 27th and January 8th. If Carolina wins this game, they equal a record for the longest winning streak to start the season. Florida would love to ruin that party. And on the other side, Carolina would love to give Florida their first regulation loss this season. I expect goals. I expect some really good back and forth action and a really exciting game. Then an hour later at 7 p.m. Eastern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games start at the same time. So yeah, so there'll be 8 games on at the same time then. And thankfully, nothing else starts then until a few hours later. So there's that. At 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Detroit Red Wings are 4-5-2 on the season. It's slipping away for Buffalo. I wanted to say Chicago, not playing. For Buffalo, it feels like their season started to kind of slip on them too. So coming back off that road trip, they're going to look to get back on track. They're 5-4-1 in the season. Over this season, they will meet 4 times. This is the first meeting between them. They'll meet again on November 27th, January 15th, and January 17th as well. So again, both teams looking to turn around their season, and both of them had really good starts. And yeah, these were both expected to be outside of the playoffs, and right now it looks like that's where they're trending. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Toronto Maple Leafs coming off of a very emotional win over Tampa. Now they need to get another one. They're 6-4-1 on the season. Boston is 5-3 on the season. Boston coming off of a big win over Detroit. But when a team has a big win over Detroit, do they have the win after that, right? So this is the first of only 3 meetings between them. They will meet again on March 29th, and then they will meet to finish the regular season against one another on April 29th. So this is a big game for Toronto early in the season. If they can beat Boston, then they're on a roll. If Boston goes in and beats Toronto, Boston will go to 6-3, and then they're on a roll. So that'll be an interesting one. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights, who are now 5-5 after the win over Ottawa, in against the 3-9, could it get more miserable Montreal Canadiens? And every time we ask that question, we ask, have they reached bottom? Then there's a game like the Islanders won last night where we go, no, apparently they haven't reached bottom yet. So January 20th will be the other meeting between these 2 teams. That, of course, will be in the city of Las Vegas. This one's in Montreal. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Minnesota Wild, who are 6-3, will be in against the 4-3-2 Pittsburgh Penguins, who are starting to feel the loss of everybody, right? These teams meet for the first time. They will meet again on March 31st. Minnesota needs to jump on Pittsburgh early in this one. For Pittsburgh, much the same. If they can make Minnesota doubt themselves a little bit, they've definitely got a shot at this. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Philadelphia Flyers, who are off to a 5-2-2 start, not bad, in against the 5-1-4 Washington Capitals. So only 1 loss in regulation, or they've only won 5 out of 10 so far this season. So depends on how you look at it. Ovechkin, of course, with his 10 goals. Watch for him to get like 4 tomorrow because it's Philly, right? So These teams will meet 4 times this year. This is their first meeting. They will meet again on December 21st, February 26th, as well as April 12th. So they see each other once before the Olympic break and twice after. Also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Colorado Avalanche and the Columbus Blue Jackets have their second and final meeting of the year. The first meeting was November 3rd in Colorado. That was a 5-4 win for Columbus in overtime. Jake Bean scored the winner at 1:12 of overtime. Thrilling game. Not one that Colorado was happy with. Now they're going to look to return the favor in Columbus. Colorado's 4-4-1. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 6-3. And again, this is their final meeting this year. Also at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the New York Islanders, who are off to a 4-2-2 start, all on the road. They're on the road here again against the Winnipeg Jets, who are 6-2-2 and coming off of what was a pretty easy night against Chicago. Now they get the New York Islanders. So we'll see whether or not Hellebuck gets back in, or does Burden get his first start of the season for Winnipeg and have the Islanders as his opposition. Either way, the Islanders are going to be looking forward to trying to make their record even better on the road. Again, it's a 13-game road trip. If they can have a good record after this, look out. The next meeting between these teams will be March 11th. That, of course, will be where the New York Islanders are at home. Then the New York Rangers continue their long road trip. They're in against Calgary. This is a 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific start. So there's 3 hours between this start time and this start time. Again, as crazy as this will be, this will wind down, and then the late games start, and that'll be it'll be easier for me to follow them once all this is done, right? So at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, the New York Rangers 6-2-3 against the 6-1-3 Calgary Flames. October 25th, Calgary went to New York and kind of spanked the Rangers 5-1. Rangers will be looking to return the favor, much like Colorado is looking to do against Columbus. So we'll see how it turns out. This should be exciting. Look at the game the Rangers had against Edmonton tonight. That was fun. Not as much fun for the Ranger fans at the end of the night, but fun for me watching it and just enjoying some good hockey. So we'll see what Calgary can do. I'm sure they were excited to see how much energy was expended by the Rangers tonight. They're going to be hoping that they're a little tired tomorrow. Of course, Calgary coming off that overtime loss against Dallas last night. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, the Seattle Kraken go in against the Arizona Coyotes. This is the first time they've played Arizona. Seattle's 4-6-1. Arizona's 0-10-1. And I really do have some concern about how many games Arizona's going to win and whether it'll be in the double digits at all. So, again, I know there's people who just look at this and go, well, they're going to rebuild, and then this will be great. They're going to get all these kids, and they're going to get these veterans, and they'll just be better. Doesn't always work that way, though. There are teams that go into rebuilds and never quite come out of them. Buffalo's an example of that. You picked up Eichel in 2015, and here we are 6 years later, and now they're kind of shuffling the deck and starting over. So that whole tearing it down thing is the easy thing. It's the building back up that can be difficult. These teams will meet 2 more times this year, December 21st and March 23rd. So we'll see whether or not Seattle can avoid the dreaded trap. I don't see this as a trap. You'll also notice there's a sticker up here, an oops sticker. I haven't decided where that's going to go yet. I kind of feel like that belongs in reviews, but it's huge. So at some point, there'll be a video that's themed around that or something of that nature. Maybe it'll be a news of the day type sticker, but we'll see. So, yeah, and then a half an hour later, because of course there's going to be a really late start on the West Coast, which will go to overtime, San Jose's at home against New Jersey. New Jersey coming off of that tough overtime loss against the LA Kings tonight, and so now they get to go and play San Jose. San Jose's 6-4, New Jersey's 4-3-2. Blackwood started tonight. You'd have to think it'll be the other goalie tomorrow, and we'll see, right? We'll see how things go for New Jersey. The next meeting between these teams will be November 30th in New Jersey, so there's not that much time between this matchup and the next one they will have as well. So there you go. Let me know in the comment section below who you believe will win all 12 games, that kind of thing. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And check in the description to this video. There is a link to the West Coast Kids charity, which of course I've partnered up with. And decided this is a really good month to do that since it's Hockey Fights Cancer Month as well. And just to let people know, a $5 donation gets one meal to a parent bedside at BC Children's Hospital. $25 provides a child or sibling with fun activities in the Hangouts program, so they do not feel isolated, because while you have a sibling that's sick, you may feel like, hey, I'm here too. For $100, that gets a box of family-sized meals to a family anywhere in BC as they focus on their child care at home. And so you see, that's just an example of 3 different areas that donation can help. So even $5 helps. So again, check in the comment section. Thank you to those that do. It's greatly appreciated. And I know they've been blown away by the support so far. And yeah, that's awesome. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support as well for this channel, for making this channel big enough that, you know, that I can do this kind of thing. And it is important to be able to do that giving back part 2. And hey, I will talk to you guys again soon.